Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive into something really useful today.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
So we're tackling those pesky negative thoughts today, those ones that like to just hang out in your brain. We've got these 5 tips to get rid of them, and I'm excited to dig in.
Me too. It's amazing how much lighter you can feel when you learn to manage those thoughts.
Totally. Okay, so tip number 1 is all about recognizing when you're having a negative thought in the first place. Seems obvious, right?
You'd think so, but most of the time we don't even realize it's happening.
It's like they sneak in under the radar. So it's about becoming more aware, noticing them when they pop up.
Yeah, like you said, becoming a thought detective, you start to see the patterns, the triggers that set them off.
Right, like, oh, there I go again, comparing myself to someone on social media.
Exactly. Awareness is key.
Okay.
Okay, so you've spotted a negative thought. Now what? Tip 2 is to challenge it.
Don't just accept it as truth.
Right, because so often these thoughts are based on assumptions or old beliefs
Yeah.
that might not even be true anymore.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
waking up and immediately thinking, "Ugh, I'm going to be so unproductive today." Like, hold on, is that even true?
Right. Question it. You might find it's just leftover stress from yesterday, and today has the potential to be amazing.
I like that. So we're challenging those thoughts, putting them in their place. But then what? These negative thoughts can be persistent.
They can be. That's where tip 3 comes in. Replace, don't just resist. Instead of just trying to stop the negative thought, try consciously shifting your focus to something positive.
Okay, so like instead of, ugh, I'm going to mess this up, it's, I've got this, and even if I make a mistake, I'll learn from it.
Exactly. You're basically rewiring your brain's default setting from negative to positive.
Okay, I'm into it. This feels empowering already. What about tip 4?
Tip 4 is all about mindfulness.
This one's huge.
It's about being present in the moment, right?
Yeah.
Not dwelling on the past or stressing about the future. Absolutely. The present moment is like a refuge from that constant chatter of negative thoughts. When you're truly present, those worries about yesterday and tomorrow tend to fade away.
It's like hitting the pause button on those spiraling thoughts. Easier said than done sometimes, though, right?
It takes practice, for sure. But even just taking a few deep breaths, focusing on your senses can make a world of difference.
And finally, tip 5. I love this one because it reminds us that we're not in this alone.
Exactly. Tip 5 is about surrounding yourself with positivity.
And that means positive people, for sure, but it's also more than that. It's the information we consume, the environments we spend time in.
It's about being mindful of the input, because all of it shapes our mindset. Just like we said earlier about those negative thoughts becoming automatic, well, the same goes for positivity.
So true. Surround yourself with things that uplift and inspire you.
Okay, so much good stuff here. We've covered a lot. We have. We talked about recognizing those negative thoughts, challenging them, replacing them with more positive ones, practicing mindfulness, and surrounding ourselves with all things positive.
We've given everyone a whole toolkit for dealing with these thoughts. But there's one more layer I think we need to consider. Where do these negative thoughts come from in the first place? If we can understand their root, maybe we can prevent them altogether. What do you think?
That's a great question, and one we'll have to save for our next deep dive.
I guess that's all the time we have for today, but make sure to join us next time on